Man, what is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New. I'm coming at you on this Tuesday. And first and foremost, as I always, want to send out positive vibrations and blessings to anybody who could be listening. Now, with all that being said, we do know that the season is coming closer and closer up on us, and the Lakers have still yet to make any major news. I did want to point out, because I do want to get into some today regarding LeBron James yet again, but with all these trash lies and memes going on around the web. But I did want to say that, Kyrie Irving did post on his Instagram some young fans wearing Brooklyn Nets jerseys. So, I mean, it was recent. It was yesterday. He didn't put a caption on it. He just said, you know what? Let me post these pictures of people in Nets jerseys. So maybe he back on board. Him and KD went and, put one in the air and said, you know what, man, let's do this thing. And maybe we will get a chance to see Brooklyn versus LA, former teammates versus former teammates, which what a lot of people thought would have happened last year, but of course did not. So anyway, back to what I was saying, but I want to touch on regarding LeBron James and all these haters. So I don't know if everybody, just realize, when it comes to LeBron James, there's so many different things that you can argue towards him being the GOAT. But one thing that I always want to point out is that LeBron James came into this league with the most pressure on him than anybody in the history of the game. Nobody came into the league with that much pressure on them, being called the chosen one, being called the one who could bring a championship to Cleveland that they hadn't got one, being from that area, drafted to that team, So it was a lot of pressure on them, and he has lived up to every bit of that, bringing home 4 championships, 4 final MVPs, 4 MVPs. So, I mean, he has definitely lived up to that hype, and we won't even talk about his business acumen and all the things that he's done on that side. But one thing that really comes into a point, I hate when people keep saying things about his longevity. Oh, his longevity stats is, man, if you could be that damn good for that long, you got to think about it. Jordan had a great run. I want to say, really from his rookie year. I'm not saying that he didn't, but from, let's just say Jordan had a run, let's just say from 86 to 96. That was his run. Well, we'll say 98 because, of course, he won the championships. So you're talking about a good 12-year run in which 6 of those he won championships out of those 12 years, which was excellent. And, of course, he did have teammates and things like that, which we won't go into all the team aspects of the game. But just, just to draw a comparison. But when I'm telling you somebody who can show and exhibit greatness like a LeBron James, not only has he done it for a decade, he's been doing it for 20 years. Now, just take a look at this right here. If you're talking about LeBron James at the age of 27. Now, at the age of 27, he came into the league at 18, 19 years old. But at the age of 27, he was giving you 27 points per game, 8 rebounds a game, and 6 assists per game. Now, you fast forward 10 years later to last year at the age of 37. Now, this is not like a break. Like Jordan did have a break during that time to take some time off and come back. And then, but at the end of the day, and they try to forget the Wizards years, but we're not talking about all that today. But this is just to shine the light on the greatness of a one LeBron James. Like what I said, 10 years later, he averaging 37 at age 37, averaging 30 points a game, which is higher than what he did at 27 when it was 27 points a game. So 30 points a game, 8 rebounds a game, and 6 assists per game, just like he did 10 years ago. So you can say longevity, you can say whatever the hell you want to, but at the end of the day, to be able to have a dominant numbers and put up, things like that, and just not only the numbers, but carrying your teams time in and time out to the finals, which is something else I want to bring up for you dummies out here who keep saying, I'm so tired of seeing it. Matter of fact, let's just put this up. Let's put this little meme up right here. So check this out. So everybody want to say, the East is trash, and everybody want to float this little dumb meme around, everywhere talking about, oh, look at this. Steph Curry in 2022. In 2022, he went against 3 All-NBA players, Tatum, Jokic, and Luka Doncic. Which I won't say, okay, these players weren't great. You understand me? But for one, Tatum is in the finals. That was in the finals. So, but when they look at LeBron James and you try to bring up in the same meme, now you're talking about how many LeBron James faced in the East from this time to that time, Derrick Rose. Why you just bring up the East? Why you didn't bring up the finals like you did for Steph? You threw Tatum in there for Steph for the finals. So how many All-NBA players did LeBron face in the finals? Come on now. Okay then. Okay. Put it in the comments. I'm telling you, it's a lot. And I'll go back and show you, but that ain't even the point, because what I want to put up is the real thing you need to be showing. So what y'all need to realize, check this out. Just take a look. Take a look. Just gonna shut all this shit up because guess what? Defense wins championships. Am I right or wrong? Defense wins championships. So let's just look at these defensive teams that LeBron James went against. The 2007 Pistons was 53-29 with a number 2 defense and no Ben Wallace. Even though they didn't have Ben Wallace, they still was a great team. They still was a great team. People want to say, oh, they didn't have Ben Wallace. It wasn't the same team. But they was yet 53-29 with the number 2 defense in the league. And LeBron James scored 29 straight points, including in the fourth quarter and overtime, to lead them to the finals against the number 2 defense in the entire league. So please just stop. In 2009, the Orlando Magic, 59-23, had the number 1 defense in the league. Now, we do all know that Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol did dispatch of them, but that was a hell of a Lakers team. I will dare say was a much better than that Cavs team. That's what people don't realize. It's not like they doing it by itself. You take Pau Gasol off that team, and I'm telling you what, the Lakers wouldn't even probably been in the finals. That's how intricate he was as being a help to Kobe. It's that 2-punch, because we all know, and I'm just being real, when Shaq left, the Lakers did miss the playoffs. Kobe missed the playoffs. When they went out and got a Pau Gasol, and me being a Memphis Grizzlies fan for all those years, I knew how good Pau Gasol was, and I knew instantly as soon as they got him, I went in there and told my wife, I believe at the time, I told her, listen, the Lakers winning the championship. They just got Pau Gasol. She was like, what? Because she knew we was going to Memphis games back then. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, then you look at the 2011 Bulls, 62-20, a 60-win team with the number 1 defense in the league. Okay, another number 1 defense team. But you want to say all NBA players, then you look at 2013 Pacers, 49-32, number 1 defense in the league. Then you look at 2014, the Pacers, 56-26, number 1 defense in the league. Then 2015 Hawks, which was also a very prolific scoring team, if you remember. And if I'm not mistaken, they won 26 or 27 games in a row and was threatening that all-time Lakers record, I think, of 30 games in a row that the Heat almost beat, I think, back in 2011 or 2012. But they also had a great defense. They was number 5 in the league in defense. And then you talk about the 2016 Raptors when LeBron put it on them boys. LeBron and company, they was 56-26 with a number 1 defense. So you can say all you want to, the East was trash, but all these teams was number 1, damn near number 1 in defense every year that LeBron was facing in the playoffs, but yet found a way, him and his team, he found a way to lead them to beat these teams. Do you understand what I'm saying? And we won't get all into the finals argument, but I just want to, because I got all summer for that, all day, every day, big baby. I got all day, every day for that. So anybody, put in the comments who you know the GOAT is. And for anybody who want to say it, this is what I want y'all to do. If you think MJ the GOAT, put it in the comments and tell me why. If you think MJ the GOAT, put it in the comments and tell me why. I'm going to come back with a video response to your comment telling you why I disagree. Or something combative. Now, I'm not going against MJ because I see people out here talking about LeBron and Kobe was the greatest 2 players ever, this, and that. I don't subscribe to that. I do subscribe to that MJ was the 2nd best player of all time. Matter of fact, I'm going to break out my list again. But anyway, I just had to come and chime in on that today. So, man, this has been your boy B New. I just want to say, man, right on to the real. Much love to these haters. I'm out.